Hey there, what is going on? Have you ever struggled with how do you put together your personal brand so that it is clear to you, it is clear to your audience about what it is that you're doing? Because a lot of the times that's one thing that people really struggle with is just getting clear on who they are, who they serve, and how they can be different. So I wanted to show you a couple of tips and strategies that I've personally used to kind of like put together my personal brand and transform it from being all over the place to being very focused on who I am right now and who I serve. So if you don't know me, my name is Jelena Ostrovska from JelenaOstrovska.com, and I show young entrepreneurs how to grow a profitable online business while creating a limitless lifestyle and having more fun. So let's go ahead and dig right into it. So there's a couple of things that I wanted to share. If you're someone who's a business owner, maybe you are trying to turn your passion into a business, maybe you are a network marketer who doesn't know how to stand out among everybody else. So I will show you like a couple of things, but then before I even dig into that, I do want to say that it is okay to be a little bit more generic in the beginning, just because that's how we all start. We don't really know what makes us different. We don't really know what makes us unique in the beginning. You know, if you do know that, then by all means more power to you, but I really did not know what was like my one thing that could make me stand out among everybody else. But like, you know, it has to be kind of like one of your personality traits, or maybe something that you are passionate about, maybe whatever the case may be. Like, I can't really give you any examples, but for me, a couple of things that do make me different is I'm 23 years old, just, you know, turned this month, or like whenever you're watching this video. Like, I am Russian, so that's like one of the things that people do know about me that kind of like makes me a little bit different, the accent and everything. So I am techie, I do like, you know, to travel, I do like to have some fun. So there's like, you know, several things that do make me different than everybody else. And trust me, you do have, you know, one or two or even more things that do make you unique. I mean, we all have our unique voice. We all have something that we have to share with the world, and you just have to go out and do it. So the number one thing that you need to have for your personal brand is you need to create a vision. Like, you need to create, you know, basically like, where do you see your brand go? Like, you know, do you want to create courses? Are you building another marketing business and you want to make it your own main thing? Or do you want it to be just like another income stream, like a part of your like multiple, you know, income streams? Where do you see your brand go? Like, you know, what's the bigger vision? Like, you always need to, you know, see the big picture for everything. Make sure you do have that for your brand as well. So, and then, you know, like your core values, like I really feel like that's where a lot of people, you know, kind of mess up a little bit. And I personally did not really know what my core values were, and I was just like, you know, kind of lost. So, but you do need to know what do you actually stand for. So for me, for example, it is authenticity, it is integrity, it is, you know, humor as well, it is having some fun, it is adventure. It may come in time. Like, for me, if you're someone who's a millennial, if you're really young and you really don't know like your core values just yet, I mean, go ahead and Google them. Like, that's honestly what I had to do. I'm just keeping it real. Like, I didn't really know what my core values were, just because I started out in business at the age of 18, so clearly I didn't really even know like all those terms and everything, and it's not something they teach you at school anyway. But yeah, like, you know, what are your core values? Like, you know, do you want to be known as somebody who's successful? Do you want to be known as somebody who's authentic? Do you want to be known as somebody who's inspirational, maybe motivational, maybe adventurous, you know, maybe like a fun person to hang out with? So like, figure out what your core values are, and I will say choose your main three and then narrow it down to the main core value that you have. So for me, it is authenticity, and the next one is integrity. So just FYI, like, you know, for me, that is really, really important. So humor, it is a good core value to have, because I do like to have some fun, but it is not the main core value for me. So then you need to create your brand message. Like, you do need to know your audience. So, you know, like, who are you going to serve? And here's like a simple way for you to do that. So for me, like, my brand message is I show young entrepreneurs how to grow a profitable online business while creating a limitless lifestyle and having more fun. So for me, like, you know, I'm all about like having no limits, because that's what I want to create in my life, and I want to show these same things to you if you're watching this video. And so what is it for you? So for you, it may be, you know, maybe like in the beginning, you're going to be a little bit more generic, and then you can tweak it to where it really, like, that brand message really shows your personality and really shows to the world how different you are, you know, than somebody else. So it can be like, you know, just a simple kind of like template that you can use. I help this person or like this market, this audience, to so that they can, so I show, let's say, young entrepreneurs how to grow profitable online business so that they can have more fun. So that was kind of like the outline for me first, and then I was able to narrow it down, get it like, make it a little bit more specific. So like I help, or I show, or I teach, or I coach, or I train, whatever the case may be, like the audience, entrepreneurs, moms, mompreneurs, parentpreneurs, busy moms, so whatever your target market is, and then, what do you actually teach them so they, can have more fun, so they can have more time, so they can have more leverage, so they can work smarter or like and not harder. So whatever the case may be, make sure you do get, that sentence that shows what your brand is really all about. So, and then like, your audience. So who are you going to be serving? You really need to focus, especially if maybe you're not a network marketer and you're watching this video, maybe you are someone who's into nutrition, you want to be known as a nutrition coach, so your audience is going to be very much specific. It's not going to be people who like are looking for business advice. If you are an entrepreneur and you want to be known as like, that business owner, then you are clearly not going to be talking about makeup or about everything that is out there available. So you do need to be talking to a specific audience, and your content that you're going to be creating has to be specific as well. Like for me, like I'm known as a business owner, so I'm clearly like, I'm not going to be talking about makeup on like my YouTube channel, just because I know it is not really congruent, although I do love me some makeup, but it's not really something that you would really want to hear about. You'll be like, what the heck is she talking about? So get clear on your audience, and then you'll be able to see what kind of content you're going to be creating. And then there's like a couple of extra things that you want to like include in your personal branding is, like you need to have a good bio, like a good kind of like mini biography about yourself, because if you are being invited to like interviews or different like summits or some kind of like events or something, or like even webinars, they usually do ask you for like a bio. So make sure you do create something. Keep in mind, like it doesn't need to be like set in stone. Like you can tweak it over time, because things are going to change. You're going to accomplish a lot more than you already have, so it's okay to tweak it, but make sure you have something prepared. So then like you do need to have like high quality photos. Like I will say we are in 2018 right now, so people actually do pay attention to design, people do pay attention to the photos. Like we all live in the like digital era, to where like in the year 2000 people didn't really care about like pretty websites. This time people actually do look at that kind of stuff. So you may need to like either to like have somebody take pictures of you like on an iPhone, which actually like provides like a really good quality if you don't want to invest in a photographer. You do need to have some kind of logo. Again, like everything can be changed, but I'm just showing you like a couple of things that will make your brand stand out. Then, what kind of colors are you going to be using? So, are you going to be using something bright, or maybe it's going to be something like more calm. So then what kind of fonts are you going to be using? So when people go to your website, like what kind of fonts do they see? Like, is it something very like, you have 2 to 3 fonts that you use consistently across your branding, or are you going to be having 27 different fonts and it doesn't really make you stand out? So you may want to invest into like those little details that will make a hell of a difference in the long run. That's pretty much it in a nutshell when it comes to personal branding. I really hope it helps. I really hope you have a little bit more clarity right now on this, on what you need to do in order to grow your business and your brand in 2018 and beyond. And if you would like to dig deeper into branding, I actually have a friend of mine who is a branding expert. She's way better than I am at this, and she has actually put together a course where she literally walks you by the hand, and she has a massive like giant workbook that you have to fill out. And so I'm going to put the link down below this video and down below the blog post if you are watching this on my blog. So her name is Julia Baxter, so you're going to learn like how basically she was able to transform like my brand from being very generic to getting more specific. So I'm going to put the link down below for that, like I said. So check it out, and for more trainings just like this, go over to my website JelenaOstrovska.com and enter your name and email at the very top of the website, so you are on my newsletter, so you can receive some cool stuff just like this video, and just like more trainings just like this. And if you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up on YouTube, subscribe to my channel for more videos just like this, and until next time, bye.